Hey, what is going on, guys? My name is BobLyn, aka PabLoon, and today I am back with a video. This one is a video talking about a topic that has been bothering me for quite some time actually in the game, and it's something I really can't wrap my head around. So recently, the space event has been released, and there are many different crates where you can get space camos for cruisers, destroyers, and battleships alike. I was lucky enough to get the Minotaur camo we're looking at right here, and that's the one I'm going to use as an example. I also got the Sao and the Hindenburg. Now, the two I want to focus on in this video are Minotaur and Sao. And if we take a look at Minotaur's camo's details here, it says for the space camo, which unironically looks super cool. And let's talk about this first. If you have a ship that likes to sit in a smoke, having tracers on is actually a detriment or a handicap because it's way easier to see the ship in the smoke because of the tracers. But I still think it's a cool camo and I want to use it. But something that is holding me back is the fact that the statistics or the buffs that the camo gives are worse than the historical one. So if we take a look at the space camo here for Minotaur, we have ship hit points, main battery firing range. Those are very nice. Then we get large caliber AA range. Okay, fine, I guess. And torpedo damage reduction, which I really don't see why you would need when Minotaur is so maneuverable as it is. Compared to the historical camo here, it gives firing range, torpedo range, very nice, because Minotaur has some good torpedoes. It gives max traverse speed, which boosts your dodging ability instead of giving you torpedo damage reduction. Now it just makes it easier to dodge. And then the most important skill or detail of all, surface detection. If we also take a look at Sao, this one is another very good example because Sao has a space camo as well, and I was lucky enough to get it. Unfortunately, I will never use this because if you look at this, the Saya, as it's called, the Sao space camo gives ship hit points, main battery firing range, again, very nice, torpedo speed, which is arguably pretty good, and then it gives large caliber AA range on a ship that has literally no fucking AA. Let's compare it to the normal standard historical camouflage. And keep in mind, guys, these cost money. I spent 15,000 gold to get these three space camos. The historical one here gives main battery firing range, torpedo range, very, very nice, max traverse speed, and surface detection. Why is it, if you ask me, why is it I have to dish out money to get a very, very cool camouflage that actually makes my ship worse? I think it's very, very stupid, and I want to talk about that in this video. For the gameplay you're going to be watching, it's just gameplay of the space camo Minotaur that I got, because I don't think a lot of people have seen it in action. It's not a very special gameplay. It's just me showing off the new camo that I got. So let's take a look at that, and let's talk about this weird situation that I just don't think Wargaming are really thinking about it because, well, they just produce camos, and I think we need to make them aware of it so we can actually have it changed. So here we are, we're playing with Clistakal, and I can't remember who else we were playing with. We'll see that in just a minute, but of course I gotta show off the Minotaur special camo here. It's been teased for like 2 years on the Chinese version. We've never had it on the, well, our version of the game, and it looks super cool. It's such a nice camo scheme. Reminds me a lot of the Des Moines one, which I really enjoy as well. The Grosso Kurfürst one too. But the main downside to playing a space camo ship or a ship that has tracers is if you have a smoke, it's very, very easy to get spotted. We are also playing with the Lord Jim, I forgot to mention. So thank you guys for helping me with the gameplay. But it's not so much the camo or the ship I wanted to talk about this game. What I really wanted to talk about is the way camos work, and a fix that it is needed in my opinion. I feel like we need a rework in our camo system. There are many, many, many examples that, you know, exemplifies the same as the Minotaur or the Sao or any of the other special camos contra the, historical camo. I think we need to make a camo rework. I don't think it makes sense that people are dishing out money to get, you know, cool looking skins, and in the end they don't really help their ship, they actually make them worse. It makes absolutely no sense, wargaming, and we should really do something about it. And I have two propositions. I have two ideas that I think could make the game more intuitive for the players, make it more interactive for the players, so we have more choice in the matter in what we want to do. And I also think it's gonna make the game more fun overall, having, you know, a little bit more customization. People can flex their cool skins. I mean, like I said, I spent 15,000 gold to get this skin specifically. I still didn't get the Moskva one, but I'll wait for next year and try again then. But for my proposition one, and proposition one is we talked about this on stream. I'm not too sure if wargaming know anything about it, but the idea would be that camos themselves, their stats or skills or the things they buff, you can interchange them as you want. So let's say you're playing a destroyer. Well, I definitely want surface detection. Okay, I need torpedo range, I need traverse speed, and I need main battery firing range. Instead of having to get, you know, torpedo protection on a Minotaur, it makes no sense. There are so many cool camos in this game that can't be used because they are worse than the normal one, which makes zero sense to me, wargaming. So my proposition one is make us choose the stats we want on our camos. That brings more customization into the game. It makes the player feel more like they are actually, you know, controlling more parts of their ship. There's even more new builds that can come out of this. It's to me, it just seems like the obvious way to go about this, but I can't really see the logic behind the way they're doing it now. To me, it seems like wargaming have a department that just make camos, and then they just have an AI choose random, totally random, you know, stats for camos, because that's what it feels like right now. I got this awesome Minotaur camo, but I have to be honest, I would rather have surface detection and torpedo range, which I don't get. I get torpedo protection and something else I can't remember. It's overall just pretty sad when the camos are so cool, and you know the art development team put a lot of work into it. So yeah, pretty sad. But let's move on to proposition number 2. So my other proposition is to just make it so, let's say we have the Minotaur here for as an example. It has surface detection on its historical camo. It has main battery firing range, traverse speed, and something else I can't remember. But the original default skills a historical camo gets, those are the skills that any special camo for that ship will get. That would make the absolute most sense. And if you guys can hear some rattling in the background, it's just it's Blue, Smolensk, Shimakaze, whatever you want to call her. I call her Blue. But yeah, she's in the background studying, so don't mind the, you know, ruffling with the chips or the candy. Anyways, I lost my thread. But it would just be so easy, because then it's completely customizable. There's nothing other than cosmetic to the camo. Of course, there's people that don't even have the historical camos for ships, and for those people that, you know, this probably doesn't make that much sense, but there are a lot of us who care about the maxing out our ship, getting the historical camo, getting the best special camo if possible, and it's just sad that you have to make this choice. And I really want to, you know what you guys hear about this. I'm also going to send this to wargaming. I'm going to propose this, because in my Q&A while I was eating the chili, I by the way, guys, thank you for the great questions and the feedback on the video. It was definitely a different experience than what I'm used to. But I would love to hear your feedback about this. What do you think? Because I can almost sense I'm not the only one who's not a little bit frustrated over the fact that, you know, some of these space camos or Halloween camos, they don't actually help your ship more than the counterpart. But that doesn't really matter. I will still use this Minotaur camo. As you can see, I mean, the amount of blue laser shells in the sky just looks so cool. And if you are adept and, you know, experienced enough in the Minotaur, then you can actually, you know, still avoid the shells coming at you when you're in your smoke. Because trust me, it is easy, very, very, very easy to see a Minotaur in the smoke shooting with this. you know exactly where he is. I mean, we've seen the Gearings. We've seen Gearings smoke up, use their AP, their HE. It's very, very easy to punish them. As we just take out this Sow here. It wasn't a special gameplay. I want to thank Clistercarl and Lord Jim again for helping me with the gameplay. It actually took me quite a bit of time to find something that was at least entertaining for this gameplay here, because I just didn't have the best luck. You guys can also expect a GK video soon, because I feel like it's a long time ago since I have featured Corso Kür first in a video as Thunder goes down. But that's pretty much, you know, what I wanted to talk about in this video. I think those two propositions I made make sense. I think they're fair. And I think Wargaming should really consider it, and I want to hear your feedback to it. So yeah, thank you for watching this video. My name has been BobLyn, aka PabLoon, and I am signing out. Goodbye, Slava, and GG.